This is the moment that saved the Avengers, and honestly, the entire MCU. You might not realize it yet, but Doctor Strange is way more important to the Marvel Cinematic Universe than people give him credit for. Sure, he's the Sorcerer Supreme, he can manipulate time and space, but his impact on the MCU goes much deeper. So today, we're breaking down exactly why Doctor Strange is not only a crucial character, but also why he's shaping the future of Marvel more than anyone realizes. Let's kick things off with the obvious, the multiverse. By now we all know the MCU is heading full throttle into the multiverse era, and Doctor Strange is at the very heart of it. Remember, it was Doctor Strange who first introduced the idea of alternate realities, dimensions, and the rules of magic in the MCU. Before Doctor Strange, the MCU was largely grounded in technology, cosmic adventures, and the occasional super serum. But Strange opened the door to magic and mysticism, and with it, the concept of the multiverse. This is the foundation of the MCU's future phases. Without him, we wouldn't have had Loki exploring alternate timelines, What If, diving into alternate universes, or Spider-Man No Way Home ripping open the boundaries of the multiverse entirely. The fact is, Doctor Strange is the linchpin of the multiverse storyline. He's the only character with both the knowledge and the power to navigate this new, chaotic reality. It's not just about opening portals and casting spells, it's about how his actions directly influence the entire Marvel universe. He's the guardian of the multiverse, and this responsibility makes him one of the most significant players in the future of the MCU. Speaking of responsibility, Doctor Strange has the unique role of being the MCU's protector of reality itself. We see this when Strange almost becomes his own worst enemy in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. His character walks a fine line between hero and someone whose hubris could bring down the very reality he's supposed to protect. Doctor Strange's story is a lesson in balance. His vast power makes him an essential character, but it's also a constant danger. This internal conflict isn't just about magic. It mirrors some of the themes we saw in Iron Man, where a character's intelligence and arrogance often lead them to dangerous paths. But unlike Tony Stark, Strange deals with forces far beyond human comprehension. In Multiverse of Madness, we saw how easily his power could spiral out of control. In alternate realities, we see versions of Strange who've lost themselves to the dark side of magic, abusing their abilities. This is significant because it highlights how Strange is not only powerful, but also volatile. He's a hero who could just as easily become a threat, and that adds layers of complexity to his character. He's not just here to punch bad guys, he's here to manage the very fabric of reality. And sometimes the biggest battle is against himself. That makes Doctor Strange one of the most layered and unpredictable characters in the MCU. Now, let's talk about Doctor Strange's role with the Avengers. Remember how Tony Stark served as a mentor figure to Peter Parker and the Young Avengers in the early phases of the MCU? With Tony gone and Steve Rogers stepping away, there's a void in the leadership of the MCU's heroes. And guess who stepped up to fill that gap? Doctor Strange. In Spider-Man No Way Home, we see Strange acting as a mentor to Peter Parker, even if their relationship is more contentious than Peter's with Tony. Strange, despite his harshness, tries to teach Peter the consequences of playing with powers he doesn't fully understand. This echoes Tony's mentorship, but with a twist. Strange is not trying to guide Peter's development as a hero, he's trying to teach him responsibility for the bigger picture. More than that, Strange has already stepped into the role of an Avengers-level strategist. In Infinity War, it was Strange who foresaw the one possible future in which they could defeat Thanos. His decisions and sacrifices played a pivotal role in securing that future. While Tony may have delivered the final snap, it was Strange who guided them to that moment. Now, with the multiverse on the verge of collapse and threats like Kang on the horizon, it's clear that Strange will be the one leading the charge, preparing the new generation of heroes for battles that go far beyond Earth. Whether they realize it or not, the future of the Avengers is in Strange's hands. And speaking of threats, We need to acknowledge that Doctor Strange will be at the center of fighting the biggest villains moving forward. We've already seen him go up against Dormammu, a literal dark dimension overlord, but that's just the beginning. As the MCU dives deeper into the multiverse, Strange is poised to face villains and cosmic threats far beyond what the original Avengers faced. Villains like Kang the Conqueror, who we already know will play a major role in upcoming MCU phases, are multiversal threats. They aren't just concerned with one timeline, but all timelines. And who else in the MCU has the knowledge or the power to stop someone like Kang? Thor is powerful, sure, but when it comes to dealing with alternate realities and manipulating time, that's Doctor Strange's domain. We're entering a phase of the MCU where the stakes are no longer about who can punch the hardest. It's about who understands the universe, or in this case, the multiverse, the best. Doctor Strange has shown time and time again that he's not just a powerful sorcerer, but a strategist who can see the bigger picture. Here's a bold statement. Doctor Strange is essentially the new Iron Man of the MCU. No, he doesn't wear a suit of armor or crack jokes with the same snark, but his role is very much the same. Tony Stark was the backbone of the MCU for over a decade. He wasn't just a founding Avenger. He was the character whose decisions, both good and bad, had ripple effects throughout the entire franchise. Now, it's Doctor Strange who's filling that void. His decisions have already shaped the multiverse and will continue to do so moving forward. Just as Tony's actions in Iron Man led to the creation of the Avengers, Strange's actions in Infinity War, Endgame, and No Way Home are shaping the future of the multiverse. Think about it. Doctor Strange is now at the center of everything. Just as Tony Stark once was the connective tissue between different characters and storylines, Strange is now the character whose actions will directly impact the trajectory of the MCU for years to come. From introducing the multiverse to shaping the new Avengers team, Strange is the key to Marvel's future. Lastly, let's talk about Doctor Strange's unique position as the bridge between science and magic. The MCU has always been known for its grounded, science-based explanations for superhero powers, from Iron Man's technology to Captain America's super serum. But Doctor Strange flipped that on its head by introducing the mystical side of the Marvel Universe. Strange isn't just a sorcerer, he's also a man of science. Remember, before he was a master of the mystic arts, he was a world-class surgeon. This makes him a unique character who operates at the intersection of science and magic, blending both worlds in a way that no other MCU hero can. This duality is crucial because, as the MCU moves forward, we're seeing an increasing blend of science fiction and fantasy. The multiverse, time travel, magical dimensions. Doctor Strange is at the center of all of it. He represents a shift in the MCU's storytelling, where the limits of science and the mysteries of magic are starting to overlap more and more. So why is Doctor Strange more important to the MCU than you think? Because he's not just a character. He's the architect of the MCU's future. He's the one guiding us through the multiverse, protecting reality, and leading the next generation of heroes. Doctor Strange is the character whose influence will shape the next phases of the Marvel Universe, whether through his battles with multiversal threats or his mentorship of the Avengers. Doctor Strange is more than a powerful sorcerer. He's the MCU's new center of gravity, and the Marvel Universe is going to need him more than ever in the coming years. But what do you think? Is Doctor Strange the key to the MCU's future, or is there another hero who's more important? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth takes on your favorite Marvel characters.